Well, it's 70, yeah, it's 70 degrees. It's 7 degrees and windy as hell out here. We hauled down a truckload of wood to my grandparents because they were out. And I figured I'd show you, this is the area we snowblowed out to get the truck in here. Figured I'd just show you how deep the snow is that I have to trudge through. It's, well, I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a little bit over my knee. So that's how deep it is, and I gotta trudge through this crap. But I got a request to fire up the Crown Vic, so I figured I might as well go out there and crank that sucker up and see if it'll go. So figured I'd just show you how deep the snow was around here. So I'll grab that and throw it in and see what it does. Well, she's a little bit buried. I'll have to brush the snow off. Also looks like the fence to my garden got a little heavy with snow and came off. Have to fix that in the spring. Area down there too, same deal. Oh well, I'll fix that later. But brush this sucker off and see if she'll fire. Well, I managed to get the hood open and put the battery in, so see if she'll fire up. Snow is pretty deep. Even got a couple icicles hanging off. Yeah, I don't know if she'll fire, but we'll see what she's got. Not too much gas, but it did move, so should be something in there. She don't like the cold. Yeah, I'll prime it a few times, see what happens. Come on. Oh, this battery isn't liking the cold. I hope I don't have to charge it, because that'd be a lot of work. Come on. I know you're cold, but you can run. Well, you know what? I've got another battery. I think I'm going to swap it out. Put this one on the charger and see what happens. I got to make the long hike back through the deep snow, but it's a lot shorter than walking all the way back there to get the other cars, so. Well, I got this battery on the charger, so it'll be good for next time I try to use it. But here's my other battery. I'm going to go ahead and grab this and throw it in the car. You know, 7 degrees isn't too terribly cold, but when you're touching bare steel with your cold steel with your bare hands, and the wind's blowing 10 to 15, it gets a bit chilly. So I pushed out and grabbed a pair of gloves and a hat. So I'll walk the battery out and we'll see what happens. Alright, got the other battery in. Let's see if it makes a difference. Ooh, it's a brand new battery too. How many times am I going to have to walk out to this car here? Alright, well, looks like I'm going to have to charge up 2 batteries now and hope that one of them starts it. Alright, well, I got one of the batteries charged up and I got it thrown in there, and this thing really isn't starting up too easy, which is kind of what I expected. Doesn't start up very good even in the summertime. Doesn't pop off right away. Part of that's because the starter is actually dragging, so it takes a lot more power to turn it over, and it turns over slower. And on top of that, it's cold outside, so the oil's real thick and that slows it down. And the battery is cold and probably partially discharged, so that slows it down. And on top of all that, I got a tick in the engine now that started up this winter, so it's probably only running on 7 cylinders. And I'm out of gas. Well, almost out of gas. So Well, we'll see if that new battery, or that charged battery, makes a difference. Get it to spin over a little faster and maybe fire up. Ooh, the wipers are trying to move. That ain't good. Why are they trying to move? I didn't hit the wiper button. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're cranking over a little faster now, but it's cranking over a lot slower than it really should be. I'll prime up the fuel pump. It wants to go. Starter drains so much juice. I don't like it. It almost popped though. You see when you... Seems like when I crank it over, it only wants to start when I first... Yeah, see when I first go. It's been like that for a while. Yeah. Now I'm losing power in the battery. Well, I've got the other battery defrosting in the house. Hopefully that'll work. And I'll charge that up and see what happens, but might just be too darn cold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some ether and see if I can't get it to pop with that, because if I can get it to pop, it might actually run on its own. Alright, hit it with a little bit of go juice. Not much, but hopefully it'll be enough. Let's see what it'll do. Ooh, it wants to go. Come on. Alright, I'm going to hit it one more time. See if we can get it to pop. Alright, she's been go juiced. Try her again. Come on. She wants to go, but you know, if I fix that stupid starter, it'd probably make a whole world of difference. But you know, I bought bushings for it and had it all apart, but the bushings were the wrong size, so I wasn't able to use them. So that armature and the starter is moving up and down, and it's, well, it's not a good thing. I should put it that way. It's dragging. Yeah, I was hoping I'd be able to get it to pop enough to actually get it to fire. I mean, it's popping, but it's not enough to get it to go. And that starter is taking way too much juice. Well, I guess I'm going to have to wait for that battery to thaw out. And I'll throw this one back on the charger. See what happens there. But, well, I'm running out of daylight. She's getting kind of late in the day. We'll see if we can get it thawed out and working. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits for today, because I'm running out of daylight. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and charge up this battery and then bring it into the house and thaw it out, and then bring the other battery from the house that I've got after it's thawed out, and bring it out here, make sure it's charged up, and then bring it back in and let it sit overnight, so that I'll have two fully charged and warm batteries, and we'll try it again maybe tomorrow or the next day. I think probably the biggest problem I'm having with that car in firing it up is that starter, because what's happening is the starter is dragging, and it's taking a lot more power to spin over the engine, and it's going a lot slower. And when it takes that kind of power, what happens is there's not as much left for, let's say, the fuel pump, not as much voltage going to it, or you know, the ignition system, so you get a little bit weaker spark, and you get less fuel pressure. And combine that with an engine that's turning over slowly, so you're not building up the compression as high as it should be. Yeah, it just won't start, or at least not as good as it should. So I bet you if I fix that starter, I'd probably take care of a lot of those problems. I don't have the equipment, I don't think, to do a starter draw test. I really don't think that 200 amps is gonna it's going to be enough for that thing, and I don't want to overload it. So but if I did, I bet you that amperage draw would be pretty dang high on that starter. So we'll try it tomorrow. We'll get some really nice charged batteries, nice and warm, and hopefully that'll be enough to get it to pop off. And then once it's running on its own and you get it warmed up, you know, it'll start every time because your battery will be fully charged and all the oil will be warm and all that. So I suppose that's it for today. Try it again tomorrow.